Yo, what's up, guys? I'm gonna do a little review of the trades from today, or the setup from today, really. Um, it's like my first day back trading. Yesterday I just did a quick markup, but I didn't do much of any trading. Today, I had some free time during school, and I decided to do a little markup. Um, And if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, I showed that I was marking up in class. It took me 2 minutes to mark up that zone too. It's crazy because I allowed my intuition to play in. Um, and yeah, traded from that zone and was able to pass a trial twice. Initially, I passed a trial initially on the first entry. Um, and then I just let it go back to break even so I could pass it again. um, but there was a loss prior. So I went 2 for 3 on the day. But that loss, I'm gonna review that loss, learn from it, because something I've learned today, and overall just in general, is it's okay to have a big stop loss. It's fine. There's no need to have these super tight 10 pip stop losses. I shouldn't be trying to get them. They should just be a result of what I'm seeing on the chart. I shouldn't be trying to get super small stop losses. I should be working with what the market gives me. But yeah, without further ado, let's review that trade. Alright, so, this is my boy Blamen's account. Okay. This is just some random junk. Let me clear this out. Yesterday when I did the markup, I initially thought that I was expecting a bit of a bullish impulse to take out this IRL. So that was a given, and that's why I entered long here. But I didn't enter the shorts because I believe that we're going to go higher. I didn't see this zone, this beautiful area to offload into after taking all this IRL. Beautiful, beautiful area. If you caught that, good stuff. I didn't see it. In my video, I was like, it could react from there. It could offload in there. We can see some sort of reaction possibly. And that's where we got the impulse to take the lows. Here, these insufficient lows. And it's funny because from there, we pumped back into order flow, but we still got a massive reaction because we liquidated such important liquidity. Now, it's important because look at what it caused. It caused this huge impulse. All these orders that caused this huge impulse lied in here. They began to lie in here. All the order flows lying in here. And in this, yeah, all of that, really. All of this. I was going to say maybe this got cleared and got a reaction already, but no. All of this was cleared out. So, what do you think is going to happen? All those orders that got cleared out, it's bound to move in the opposite direction, right? I mean, logically, it just makes sense. And a rule of thumb is if we don't offload into anything specific, we didn't really offload into anything strong, anything major. There was some fractal areas in here I could find. Like, if I really, I'll just see if there's anything, but it's not that important. Yeah, so if you really were to zoom in, like, the thing is with me and fractal areas, let me just do a little quick breakdown of how I like to find fractal areas. I always use them with confluence of higher time frame areas. I can't just be looking and hunting for random fractal areas. It doesn't make sense. It's gonna cause you to lose all the damn time. So here we have the extreme of this major liquidity, this major IRL. So now we're bound to offload somewhere here. So now just look at any areas that are in close proximity of this that makes sense. So here we have a ton of order flow, a ton of sufficiency. So here is the last area where you didn't really tap into, right here, this little candle. Everything else is sufficient until about this. So, I mean, I would place my bets that this would hold somewhat. Somehow it would hold. And if we get order flow from there, hell yeah, take that, because we have confluence from the higher time frame. And here's the same thing. I'll explain this one as well. We had a higher time frame confluence. I mean, I'll go into that one later, because this one's it's just beautiful. It's the same thing, really. And I'm pretty sure that this is the zone that held. Yep, perfectly. So if you caught that, good for you. I mean, I don't know why the stop loss was so huge, but yeah, a 1 to 15. Like I said, trade what the market gives you. Don't force anything. If the market gives you a tighter stop loss, hell yeah, take the tighter stop loss. But don't try to catch the... If your stop loss isn't less than 10 pips, don't make it less than 10 pips. Your stop loss is a stop loss for a reason. You have a stop loss for a reason. That's to protect your setup. Still, look, 1 to 20, 1 to 13, 1 to 30. Like, bro. Like, it's 1 to 50 in 2 days off of, like, super small moves. It's insane. Like, you really have to put things in perspective with TMT and realize how grateful you are with this ability. But yeah, enough of me rambling and going on a tangent on why I love my edge so much, but let's go into this trade from today. So, like I said, I had some free time, and I had some free time starting around 8:58. So I had originally gotten into these longs here. And yeah, they ran, but I was expecting this to get taken out. So they ended up at a loss. And I don't really like break-evening anymore unless there's a lot of like sufficiency protecting my order, but still, I don't like break-evening. For me, if the setup fails, it fails. It's okay. Because I understand the probabilities and the win rate with this edge if done properly. So really, 1, 2. This one was there was a break even here that you could have got partials from. So I got it as a break even. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 for 5. About an 80% win rate. Beautiful, especially with the R multiple. Like, this is unheard of, really. And that's why with TMT and with any edge that allows you such high leverage, just equality over quantity, dude. Like, this is an example of me really gambling. So let me go into what I saw there. So I was expecting this area to get some sort of reaction, this overall area. So I was trying to refine this because I knew that we took out liquidity and that this is the extreme area of order flow. Like, we are bound to get some sort of reaction from this level. We have IRL to support it. We have sufficient order flow. And we have insufficient areas that we could use to refuel. So it's a logical area to target and to get a reaction from. So what I was looking at is this area right here. This one right here, beautiful area. I'm not going to say it's a bad area, but it could have been better. And I'll explain why right now. So, nice area. I mean, I'm not going to say it was a bad area and that I was it was bad to trade from this area. It's fine. But if I really took a look at the higher time frame more than anything, and I refined it a little bit more, refined the zone a little bit more, I would have realized that this looks kind of insufficient. This looks like liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity resting there. Because you have to think, well, so here we tapped into this already. So now we're going to take all this. We need to take something in order to refuel again. And this looks logical to refuel from. I mean, to offload into and pump, right? But this order flow is insufficient. And it's fine. I mean, both of these zones really could have held. But this area below, strong as hell. Strong as hell. Look. Bond, IRL resting above. All this order flow really was IRL. But here we have strength. This whole leg is strength. This should not get taken out. All of this should not get taken out due to the strength from order flow. Here, it can get taken out because look it's just floating. It's really just it's just floating off of what it built. But we have this beautiful resting area underneath all this liquidity. Like I said, both areas are valid, but some are better than others. And you should stack the confluences. Here, the confluences were that we had a lot of fractal order flow, and we had good order flow. Here, we had the same confluences, but to a higher extent and with a higher severity. Here, this was the absolute last area of order flow to hold. If this were to get taken out, all of this would have been taken out. The whole low would have been taken out. Here, there's a possibility of this being taken out because it's insufficient. It would make sense to be taken out. Now, if it makes sense to be taken out, why trade from it? If this one doesn't really make sense to be taken out, if you were combining the higher time frame picture, then hell yeah, trade from this zone. So, I'm not going to say that this was a bad loss. Or, yeah, it was a good loss. It's fine. But you could always be picky. You could always be pickier. And the thing is with this one, since it was a valid area with valid confluence, we ended up getting a decent reaction from it. A very nice reaction. And I had orders here. Stop loss beneath there. I had ran 1 to 4, which the 1 to 4 is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So if I had better execution, I could have went break even because look, we're protected by order flow. So this is really a break even. And this is why I like entering at the zone so much. Especially if you have a lot of confluence in your favor, a lot of things in your favor. Because you get a really good entry. You don't have to worry about getting break-evened on this order flow and getting wicked out like this, but this entry still being valid. Personally, this is what I've been testing a little bit, and it seems to be working quite well because it protects your whole setup. Like here, beautiful 1 to 17. They both should have been 1 to 17 if I had better execution. Here, I didn't have the best execution, and I got filled at around 1 to 8R, which is fine. Let me get this one out of here. I already explained that one. Yeah, beautiful trade here. I mean, you already saw the zone. Absolutely beautiful zone. And you just hold this. And like I said, I had moved my stops to break even because I actually had risked 2% on this trade. So, I mean, I made 1 to 10 easily. TP was at this IRL. And you can just see the nature of the market, the nature of TMT, because this thing is a cheat code. took IRL. I'm on the 15-second chart, dude. Like, I didn't even realize. Everything just looks the same. Boom. I'll hold into order flow. Then we get a reaction to take out this insufficiency. And even with this knowledge, if you don't enter, or if you do enter, you could TP easily. 1 to 5. With a big stop loss, you could risk 2%. That's fine. You could risk double of what you would usually risk on a scalp setup. Now here, you understand how the market moves. You understand the cycles of how the market plays out. So you can get an entry right here. And now for me, I wasn't at the chart at that time. I was doing my schoolwork. I got to the chart and I realized that we were undergoing TMIV. We liquidated a significant area here. We were holding order flow. We were holding order flow from a beautiful area previously. So I pulled up to the chart at this time, 10 o'clock, and was like, okay, how can I involve myself? We're most likely not going all the way down here because we are developing some beautiful order flow right here. I actually went to the 5-second chart, I think. And yeah, and I was like, okay, I see TMIV, I see order flow, I'm going to place an order with a stop loss beneath this. Or something like that. What did I... Like I said, I've been using more space. Yeah, right here. I had entered somewhere in there. I just smacked on an order. And put my stop loss underneath order flow that was developing with TMIV. Very simple. You don't have to complicate this at all. It's the same cycles. Hold on. Let me change the song. Yeah, same cycles. It's very simple. I mean, if you wanted to enter again, there's multiple entries all over the place. Let me get this out of here. Like, let me go to the 1 minute. I don't like using the seconds to observe price action. Yeah, we're impulsing. So we get a liquidation here. So this should hold strong. So you could possibly enter on this. Personally would not enter on this one. We did liquidate something, and I mean, let me see if there's order flow there that makes sense. Yep, okay, so order flow, yeah. Order flow develop here. Liquidate this low. This low was sufficient, but this is ant because we needed something to take out in order to fuel this retracement. This retracement needed to take something out in order to continue this TMIV move. So, beautiful. Personally would have got an entry here. And then stacked another entry right there. Remember, add some space now. Add some space. If you are positioned in already, add some space. And if the space is so small, then just lower your risk. Seriously, just lower your risk. Like, if you only caught one of these, you are buying a Rolex with a 200K account, dude. Like, really think about that. Like, it's life-changing. It's really life-changing. Like, here, 1 to 5. And this is just considering that I'm gonna take my money quick. 1 to 5, boom. Risk 2% initially, 10% off. Now I have that 10% to leverage everything else. Now here, say I want to risk 2%. I mean, if I fail, if this setup fails, these buys will fail. The whole leg is gonna fail. So risk 2% here. You're up 50% on the day. Say you can enter again, and you already break even. Because I mean, why wouldn't you break even right here? Because I mean, you literally wicked that shit. So now you're up 10%. You are break even 2%, so you're still up guaranteed about 10%. Let's say 9%, or let's just say 8% due to slippage. You enter another 1% here. Now that's an extra 15%. So you have 40% plus 15%. You have 55% running. This is now break even. Say you want to move your stop, if you however you want to manage it. Now 55%, if we hit TP, now you want to enter, you have the leverage to enter again. You enter 1% here, 13%. You have 68% on a funded account right here. Because this is not, you're not holding this move for a long time. You're holding this move for 30 minutes. So, yeah, I don't want to keep babbling about that because we all know the power is there. And it's really not even about the edge anymore. It's about us. As traders, it's always about us. It's not about the edge. People are profitable with supply and demand. I mean, not supply, with support and resistance, with indicators, with anything. It's you. If you're not making money, it's you. That's why I spent 2 months working on myself. Completely doubling down on myself and learning about myself, refining everything about me and my life. And as you can see, TP was perfect. TP at this liquidity. It's a big, chunky candle full of money. And dude, really put this in perspective. This was 1 hour of price action. This was 1 hour of price action. This was 1 hour of price action. This was 1 hour. If you don't get what I'm saying that there's opportunity all over the place. And if you didn't catch this move, or these moves, then catch the next ones. 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 Every day you miss a trade, or every session you miss a trade, you're missing about 100 other trades on EU, on oil, on SPY. If you're missing that many trades, then shouldn't you be emotional about everything else? Every single market? Why are you being emotional about one? I mean, if you're really missing that many trades, you should start crying. But it shouldn't affect you in any way. You should not become emotional if you miss a trade. You should understand the nature of the market and just catch the next one. If it's not, remember, quality over quantity. If you don't want to take TMIF setups, if you don't understand TMIF setups the best, then don't take them. Just take whatever setup works best for you. Take whatever setup has worked the best when you collect data, when that's best for your emotions. You have to know yourself as a trader and not get blinded by money. Don't get blinded by the temptation. But yeah, beautiful. Like I can mark up these ping pongs all I want. Like, I'm not gonna do it on the seconds because it's gonna get confusing. But it's not important. We don't need to do that. You could be like, okay, there's this liquidity injection, whatever the hell you want to call it. I just see it as a big imbalance, a big void that has to be filled. That should be filled. So this could be a target as well. And guess what price did? Boom. Remember, look at the market logically. Everything you see is just a depiction of human behavior, of institutional behavior, of behavior. The reason why TMT works is based off of behavior, not some algo or whatever. It's just the continuous human behavior. I don't know the emotions well. I can't describe why these emotions work and why everything works like it does on a psychological level. I should dive into that. I probably will now that I thought of that, but it's all behavior, it's all patterns. And patterns in life, what do? They repeat themselves. So these constantly repeat themselves. As you can see, I haven't been on the charts for 2 months, came back, and I could see everything perfectly. Because not only do patterns repeat themselves, they repeat themselves in my brain. I have pattern recognition skills from so much chart work because the same thing happens all over the place, repeatedly. Because the same patterns happen repeatedly because they're rooted in human behavior. And yeah, it's a little bit of a review. Hopefully I give some value with that, yeah, it's Friday, February 24th. Dow Jones end of day, and yeah, big bucks coming soon. I just wanted to do a little recap about my life and what I plan to do later on, and what I want to do with these new learned skills for my hiatus. My hiatus was more to hone in, like I said, double down on myself, learn about myself. I was struggling with porn, and I noticed that it has a direct correlation with my abilities as a trader. I would become very I would have no sense of self-control. I would allow myself to be consumed by pleasurable action, by temptation, and in the market there's a lot of temptation and a lot of ways to be emotionally manipulated, and I was weak-minded, very weak-minded, and although I had an amazing edge, I wasn't profitable. And yeah, one win would pass me a funded account. Got funded about twice just because my edge is so good. But I had horrible execution. I would be entering about 40 trades a day, losing about half of them. Not even half. I would lose about 80% just because I'm not entering on the right setups. I would try to make up things because I'm so obsessed with the temptation of making money and the pleasure that comes with that. You know, there's some memes where it's like, someone sent me a meme. It was like, when you win a trade after 2 weeks and you feel like a god or Thanos, that's you chasing these setups. And these like Instagram setups, it's just dopamine. You're just chasing dopamine. You're not chasing the process. You're not enjoying the process. You're enjoying what comes with a good screenshot or a nice MetaTrader. Like there's a nice MetaTrader screenshot, a trading view chart. You're so obsessed with the idea of winning that you can't win. If that makes any sense. You're so obsessed with the feeling of being a winner that you can never win. And that's how the market gets you. That's how life gets you. And life is a direct correlation with its trading. So, yeah. I'm planning on getting a funded account soon. Go from there. I'm going to hone in on myself again. I'm going to get a plan. Fix some little flaws in my foundation. Really, that are just due to me being rusty. I'm going to continue doing these little videos for you guys. Because not only will they help you, they will help me, and they will allow me to reflect on these things in my journey and see how I grow throughout the years, throughout the next months. So, yeah. It's me, Diego. You guys know me as Yayo or whatever, Master C or whatever the hell you want to call me, but yeah. Hope I brought you some value. If you sticked all the way till the end, thank you. And yeah. Peace out. Take care.